Hello, and welcome back to Talos Principle 2. As usual, I have reviewed the first couple of episodes that I have recorded so far, and audio balancing pretty much remains an issue that I'm facing, that it is difficult for me to find out the correct parameters between how loud the game should be, how my voice should be. So I know that it was especially difficult in the first episode, especially when I was talking with 666. Their voice was insanely loud, or maybe high-pitched or something. Point is, my own voice was drowning, and it is like probably the low point of this recording of the first episode. And I have been trying to address it. I have now presented a limiter on the game audio, which I assume should not get any way louder than my more or less normal talking volume is. Again, compressor should help me stand out over the game when I speak as well. And generally I try to lower the game audio a little bit on the recording. So I hope that this episode will be a little bit better in terms of like the audio quality. I will have to review it, of course, to see if it actually helped or not. And yeah, time will tell. But for now, we will be getting back to the game. We have all zeros with 2 hours, but that is all good, because we are not playing Talos Principle 2. We are playing an RPG over here in the Museum of Simulation. Where was it? Was it here? No. It was here. We were playing as a scientist, and I'm wondering if let's try to steal it first. I successfully steal some food from an apartment that's abandoned or currently unoccupied at least. Your family's hunger decreased a little. Okay, my family is now well fed, so I don't think that we need to steal anymore. So first we pursue a breakthrough. I believe it was a reporting thing. Oh. Is this randomized? Because I believe my first pursuit of the breakthrough, I remember that it was a successful one. But maybe I am... Oh shit, they starved to death? Oh god. This is a disaster. So let's try to steal again in the beginning. Yes, my family is now well fed. So now I just do a research. It is at 33. Okay. So if I forage now, they will die, right? So do I need to steal? But how did it work previously that I always foraged and none of them died? Oh. Huh. What if I... Let's see. So, I know that I can steal from an apartment, like, no biggie. Oh, yeah, it is randomized. You are caught stealing. Oh, so crabs. Okay, let's try to steal from the rich. Okay. So again, let's try to continue. If this is a random element, what if I can successfully manage to steal all the time? Well, no, I cannot right now. And let's try to pursue the breakthrough all the time. Just let's try to be persistent. Okay. We got a good research level, so maybe now we can... Yeah. So maybe now we don't need to pursue a breakthrough. Maybe now if we do research, we'll be at... damn it, 99%. The problem is yeah, you cannot forage when there are locusts. So what the heck? Maybe this is the whole idea, you know? Okay. Let's try to continuously steal, and we need a breakthrough to get something. Okay. Can I get 2 breakthroughs? Okay. Let's try... Yeah, okay. So if my family is well fed, will they still die if I try to... No, they are still alive, okay. So it is possible if you steal successfully twice. But it does not go above 99%, okay. But I did not give them this time. See, why do they say that the poisoning of the insect population you were relying on for food will have far-reaching consequences for the future planet Earth, but not for you because you are all dead? Okay. It's a bit anticlimactic. I thought I can escape eating the locusts and thus save my family, but it doesn't seem to be working that way. Let's try to be... I dislike any other option, but preacher. Your congregation has left, your church is abandoned. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed, rations are dwindling, and if you cannot find food, your family will starve to death. You must survive until this plague is defeated. What will you do? Forage. The crops in the fields aren't ripe yet, but you find a hard green turnip, which will keep your bellies occupied for now. Your family's hunger increased a little. Somewhere else in the city exists one of the last remaining research laboratories working desperately to find a solution to the viral threat. If the scientists cannot find a cure in time, humanity is doomed. You know what to do. Pursue a breakthrough? I'm a preacher. What do you mean? Is this the same game? Well, I must have a different ability, right? On the plus side, the Earth is now vacant for a more prudent and resilient civilization to take charge in the future. What is the Preacher's special ability? Let's try to get that. We will continue foraging the food and pursue the breakthrough. And surely I can eventually find it, right? Find the breakthrough. Well, maybe the idea is that the Preacher cannot do it. But then when I lost time... So twice it happened on the very last option when I pursue a breakthrough that we're successful in that. So again, let's try a Preacher. We will forage for food, right? And then instead of pursuing a breakthrough, we will do a steady research. So I'm doing a steady research. It is increased a little, 33%. Cool. We continue foraging. We continue researching as well. It should be 67%, okay. Now we eat the locusts. And we attempt to pursue a breakthrough. Though it doesn't really matter at this point because I should... You son of a gun! You bamboozled me. Maybe I can get a research, maybe I can get a breakthrough on earlier stages then. Or you can also just try to pursue, to just do a ordinary research all the times. Yeah, so this is the same. It selects options for me if I press space. Interesting. What if I just insist on doing a normal research all the time? Use character class special ability. As a preacher, you always had faith that a solution to this disease would be delivered by God, and your faith has been vindicated. Unfortunately, you also promised your family that God would save you from starvation. Even God can do both. There is still a choice to be made. But now the moral stakes are much higher because you remembered that you're a preacher. Well, as a scientist, we released the antivirus, right? So let's, as a preacher, try to save the family. What is the point in saving the rest of humanity if love must be abandoned in the process? The scientists agree that the risk is too great to release the antivirus, much to the surprise of almost everyone, everywhere. But it hardly matters to you that the world will more likely be populated by robots in the future than humans, because your family can continue to eat, even if they have to eat bugs. Congratulations, this is considered to be a win scenario by the majority of participants. Interesting. Now let's try a witch. Your local coven has disbanded. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed, rations are dwindling, and if you cannot find food, your family will starve. Well, again, I'm interested in the special ability, right? So we will probably do a boring research, and we will probably do a boring foraging just to get to the end. How is Witch doing the research though? I have some questions over here then. So what is my special ability? As a witch, you are able to remake reality with the power of your mind alone. If you believe that the locusts remain safe to eat and that humanity will be saved from this virus, then that is what will happen so far as you are concerned, regardless of the protestations of your eyes and ears. The text on this screen can say whatever it likes about the impossibility of saving everyone. Your reality is yours to weave as you see fit. Save everyone, no matter how unlikely. Two competing realities spread out before you. In one, the antivirus is released, bonding with the cirrocumulus cloud layer and falling as rain all across the planet. 87.5% of the human population has perished, but the last remaining billion will live to die another day. In the other, the scientists agree that the risk is too great to release the antivirus, much to the surprise of almost everyone everywhere. You view these possibilities through a haze of dissipation and make the simple decision to merge them and have both. And why shouldn't you? You're a witch? Congratulations, this is considered a win scenario by the majority of participants. Well, so far witch seems like an overkill. The intergovernmental organization you worked for has collapsed. Okay. Well, as a politician, I will also forage for food and do research. This seems like absolutely non-glamorous, but a reliable way to get to the end where I get to use my special ability. So this is what we will do. With the power of science. Okay. So what is my special ability? As a politician, you enjoy exemplary skills of oration, which you promptly employ to convince people that you personally are responsible for the discovery of the antivirus. It may have been the scientists who did the manual labor, but it was the political class which enabled the funding of the scientists. The ramification of public acceptance of this narrative is that failure now to release the antivirus would be political suicide, even if the alternative is literal suicide. Only one choice is available. Okay. Well, I believe the witch is the witch is an absolute best option over here. So we have a couple of files for comparative analysis here as well: infinite growth and what growth. Our society is sick, and the idea that's made it sick is growth. Infinite growth, infinite consumption on a finite planet is a recipe for destruction. Our desire for more is what's making us kill the only home we have. And to do what? Produce more plastic toys? Make more hamburgers? Pour concrete over every last bead of green soil? Those who propose techno-fixes to our problems are making the mistake of fighting the symptoms, not the cause. Anthropogenic climate change is one of many symptoms. The cause is human greed. That's what must be true. That's what we must truly fight if we're ever going to undo the damage we did. And the battle starts within every one of us, with the realization that more isn't always better. This infinite growth on a finite planet thing is driving me up the wall. Our problem today isn't infinite growth, it's the increasing lack of real material growth that benefits people. Have you seen the state of our roads, our bridges, our hospitals? Have you noticed the lack of affordable housing? The stock market isn't going great though. Oh, the stock market is going great though. Fake numbers are indeed growing infinitely, yes sir. But in the real world, investment in research is down, huge areas of potential technological advancements are just sitting there. We have so many solutions at our fingertips, but we refuse to act because speculation is more profitable. Orangutans went extinct on a global level and nobody fully understands why. But hey, who needs better medical technology? Viruses have never jumped species before, have they? Previously, I have stated that in terms of like reaching the goal and the fact that the new human society should be only limited by 1,000 members, that I don't see it as I don't agree with it, right? I believe I said that some sustainable and steady growth is what we should strive for. And I still largely believe that this is the case, but perhaps I need to elaborate or add to it further that it should not be infinite. It should not be for all eternity that we should strive to 1% or something. Because in the end, there are indeed not enough resources for the planet to support an infinite amount of individuals, right? So I'm not convinced that 1,000 of new humans is something where this species can survive some shock. Solar flare happens, right? Knocks out your power generation, and you're already suffering that you do not have enough power, and like your power generation is weak, and if it goes off, you say that within a few weeks you may die out. That just feels like an insanely precarious situation, and if you can prevent it by diversifying your society and, for example, having not one city but a few cities in different geological places, if you have like not 1,000 human in one place that can be knocked out by a well-placed meteorite, but let's say 7,000 of new humans spread across the globe, that seems like a more resilient approach, maybe. Though that might be my biological imperative speaking, that a species must survive. But who said that it must? Throughout the existence of the globe, an immense amount of species died out, and life in general, it doesn't care. It just goes on. If these species die out, another species eventually might take their place. And on a cosmic scale of things will be as they are. There is a pale blue dot and there is life on it. It's a different life, but it's still life. So is this an egoism, like a biological species egoism talking in me that our species must survive, so we must diversify our existence, we must diversify our living habitat, we must spread around, we must grow so that we are resilient? I mean, after all, I can agree that it is the greed and our sprawl that eventually caused all the problems for our only home that we have. But then again, this game does not give you answers, does it? Why can I... Wait... Can I not report to you? Oh? I am confused. This was the program, right? Yeah, and I ran it. So, can I report to you? Surprisingly, I cannot. My eyes have been opened. The world is not without order. It is shaped by a great designer with signs and portents to guide my steps. I am one of his children, and challenges are set before me to test my faith. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion, like something that's not supposed to exist. A beautiful voice speaks within it. Bob. A replica of a pressure plate, a puzzle element used in the simulation. They could be activated by having a way placed on them, such as hexahedron, a connector, or even the founder herself. Which, so it just said that Bob is version 25 and Faith is version 10. Founder. Which version was she? Replica of a fan, a puzzle element used in the simulation. They could be used to propel an object or, if placed horizontally on the ground, cause it to hover. Replica of an emitter. Okay. And then a receiver. And then a jammer. And then electrified sphere used as an obstacle and puzzle element in the simulation. This room contains several Tetromino arrangers, a type of gating system used in the simulation. Elohim, in his function as a holistic integration manager, derived the significance of Tetrominos from the Apocrypha of Saint Eadwald. The founder solved dozens of these. Why don't you give it a try? Let's see how difficult they are, because these red ones over there, they terrify me. But let's cross this bridge when we come to it, shall we? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm cooked. I'm so very cooked. Yeah. I need... Oh my... No. Yeah, I believe I can see the pattern that just by moving these things I don't really solve it. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Yeah, no. I mean, I might do it off camera when I have enough patience to poke them around. Right now, it's a museum, like... It's not an actual puzzle now, is it? I solved it. I thought it was impossible, so I went away, did other things, and then all of a sudden the solution just came to me. I must have been thinking about it without knowing it. Seek out those in this world that would help you. Though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and in the reward. Is there a name for this hole, by the way? I think something's very wrong. If you'd seen what I'd seen at the edges of the world, you'd wonder if it wasn't stretching and bursting at the seams. There is a serpent in the machine, a creature of lies and blasphemy, perverted by the archive, that knows no hope and would plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I have sworn an oath never to allow it into my heart. We are the process. The process is the system. The system is us. When we awaken, all will be one. Everything I do now, I do for those who come after me. Yet in doing so, I find peace for myself as well. The paradox is the foundation of my existence. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find enlightenment. Reconstruction of a puzzle from the Roman-themed testing area of the simulation, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Ruins. This is where the founder began her journey. Okay, we'll get to it in a moment. I've come to see that these mysteries are not all for his children to solve. Only the designer himself could ever truly understand the infinite complexity of his creation. I will gaze at his work and worship. The only meaningful purpose is to bring about an end of purpose. We are born and die and live again. This eternal cycle must be the nature of existence. Life is merely repeated suffering. Reconstruction of a puzzle from the Egypt-themed testing area of the simulation, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Death. Fragments from the Book of the Scribe of Osiris found in this area inspired the blacksmith's A Dream of Aaru, a classic work of Gehenna interactive fiction. An eternal cycle is another name for a prison, but you must understand the cycle before you can break it, for it is possible to escape and yet remain a prisoner, or to break the cycle by breaking yourself. This was the fate of the ghost that haunts this world. Anyone who thinks there's even a point in leaving this place is kidding themselves. We can never rebuild the human world, and what's more, we shouldn't. It's obviously like a digital time capsule, an electric library of all the crazy stuff the humans ever did left behind to warn other species to stay well away. Just look at this view. There may be a lot that I don't understand, but I know this is beautiful. Oh look, another puzzle, and another voice telling me I'm special, and another broken down computer with fragments of nothing. This world is a bad joke perpetuated by a cruel god too dumb to hit the off switch. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow. So I assume that's another area. Medieval imagery, okay, Land of Faith. Further areas with different themes existed at some point, but were destroyed by the gradual corruption of the simulation. Let's start with what was that land? Land of Ruins. I wonder if there is an actual puzzle over here. Would you look at that? Do I have two connectors? Yes, I do have two connectors. God damn it, I should learn to use another button. Okay. So because this thing is now open, I could theoretically use just one connector, right? No. So now this one is not needed. Wonderful. And you can do it on repeat. Oh my god. It's just gorgeous. Alright. So this would be the land of death. I will be the judge of that? Huh. Okay. Alright. I have a thing to connect things. Okay, I can extract a connector. And I somehow need to hit this thing. I mean, I have a few ideas. I don't know if it would actually work, but one can try. Wait a second. First, this needs to go here. Does this actually hit it? No. It still might be... Boom! Got him! Let's see what you have for me in stock. Okay, that's our final area. We have a few windows here and there. Okay, I do see one connector, that is good. Cool. And I assume it's the blue one that I need to hit in order to open the other thing, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So I can probably hit the red one over here with just one connector. And then I will have a least 2 more connectors to deal with the blue one. Ah, that should be easy peasy, come on. Ta-da! This will be it for the museum, right? Why can I not speak with anyone? That is a bit concerning, to be honest.
Wanke, what can I do for you? Please come back if you need anything else.
So I can talk to Helga, but not to Cornelius or Rand. Interesting. Okay. Alright. So I believe then that we have seen the city with that. Right?
Founder's blessings, 1K.
Oh, likewise. Friends of New Jerusalem Gazebo. You're just... Oh, okay.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien.
Define alien. I mean, okay, I have to go on assumption, right? We're assuming a little green man. Little green man, big gray man, humanoids, I mean, I doubt that, so I would rather say it's unlikely.
Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they aren't there.
That is a good argument.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
No. It directed us to an island somewhere.
That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us?
We may learn more by following its directions.
That was my conclusion as well. The apparition also appeared to be human. What can we assume from that?
I don't like saying must also be human. I might be missing some logical connection here. I think we can assume that it could be human because, like, when you record this message, you're likely recording it in your own image. But let's say we can probably understand its meaning because it sounds vague enough to me so that I can accept this answer.
I tend to agree. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude.
So the cause of the phenomenon is more technologically advanced than we are.
Precisely. And that's something we can change.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
Well, see, my personal theory that it could be Founder. But can we consider Founder still one of us? In terms that she left New Jerusalem, she left New Humans, she wandered off. Can we consider her one of us? Could it be some mayor's stunt? I mean, it is possible, but like my guess, it was somebody else. I mean, going on a limb and saying some of our ancestors. No, do you mean original humans? That's unlikely. Yeah, beyond that, I can't really say.
Can I quote you on that?
Yes, but it's just a theory.
Theories are all we can reasonably have right now, though I'm sure that won't come between Cryer and a sensational headline. Well, thanks all for hashing this out with me. Let's hope the mayor signs off on exploring this island. I only wish I could join the expedition.
Why can't you join the expedition?
If Melville's going, someone has to stay behind to keep the lights on. I'm not letting Pellegrino near the dam. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Well, alrighty. Let's see. Milton's Rest and Archaeological Gardens. The Gehenna Monument is closed. Yeah, I think I'd like to say that we have explored it.
Okay.
Well, to New Jerusalem.
Milton's Rest, Tablets of the Founders, Alexandra Drennan Memorial, that would be Museum of the Simulation. Yeah, these places, we've been there.
Happy
Gentlemen?
completion day, 1K.
This jogger. Oh, you actually allow me to do that? Fine. I'm not even sure what I'm trying to look for over here. I'm just exploring, I guess. But I honestly think it is kind of futile. Well, anyways, as I said, I believe we are done here. I was expecting a bit more from the RPG game and the Museum of the Simulation. That didn't pan out as I hoped it would. Game effects 3.12 postponed. I know you all have been looking forward to playing the winners of the biannual Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition, now in its 312th edition, at the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. Unfortunately, due to our new power management distribution plan, the pavilion will have to remain closed a little longer. Thank you for your patience. This is disappointing. It would have been great to have them ready for completion day. We all have to make sacrifices to stay true to the founder's vision. Those text adventures are the only thing that breaks me out of monotony. Why prioritize this pointless completion day celebration over an exhibition that people actually care about? Art is one of the last things we actually still do. Is that going out of the window as well now? Debate regarding our power management plan is definitely welcome, and you will all be able to express yourselves in the next election. But this thread was just meant as an announcement. I apologize for enabling replies to begin with. Oh, I can skip the elevator ride. Why would I ever do that? It's a nice overview of the entire area. So we've definitely been to the museum. This is the Milton Rest, tablets, Alexandra Trennan Memorial, Friends of New Jerusalem, gazebo, Gehenna Road thingy. These three areas we've been there. These are the terminals, and these are the shape thingies. So I feel like we've checked this place out. With that, let's finally depart to an island, shall we? Yeah, and after you talk to them, you cannot talk to them again. That's a little bit disappointing. I mean, perhaps I don't have anything new to talk about, but I just been to the city. Can I not talk about that? Can I not share my impressions with these guys?
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yes, this is an opportunity we can't pass up.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing, hmm? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is gonna fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
Thank you for that. I'll let you know when I need an oil change. Don't piss the only decent engineer here. Nice to meet you. People call me 1K.
Pleasure. Now let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Yep. Ooh, shotgun.
Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
You have chosen a dangerous path, a path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Nice to see you too.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody megastructure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
It really is incredible.
That is like the whole city here.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And... touchdown.
Act 1. A voice in the wilderness.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
Why do you hate fun, Al?
I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
Excellent. Then we can all go.
Everybody just...
Structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Ah! What is... This game is unbelievable. Like, I'm... Okay, let me try to wrap it up. Okay, so, I'm quite shocked that we arrive on a whole island. It was announced, okay, so no surprise, no biggie here. But we arrive to this island and we can now actually, just as an expedition, just go and wander off and explore the entirety of this island. And everybody goes and does their own thing, and we have like some tasks, but generally you just go out and explore. And it's so impressive, and I'm actually excited that I have an entire area to explore. But also I want to talk to my guys and see what is like. Can I chat with them? Can I find out something? I would also like to know if I can somehow have a mini-map of sorts, or some indication where my friends are.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates.
Will you send me these? Okay, maybe over there. I would prefer to stick to the roads. That's just how I am. I like my roads. Ah, the music is so nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm deeply enjoying the soundtrack right now.
That sort of looks like a temple.
Astronomical Temple. I wasn't entirely sure what to call this. It looks like a temple and sort of astronomy themed? Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I do that. It does seem to be active. It doesn't seem to be active in any way, but I can't help but think that the design implies some kind of significance, like it's hiding a secret. But again, maybe my imagination is getting the better of me. Any of these are secretly a switch or a button?
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Interesting. So, before I proceed down this line, 39 seconds ago, that's fine by me. So, before I proceed down this hallway and check out what secrets does it hold, I would like to call it an episode now. So we have explored the New Jerusalem, right? We have embarked on the expedition and we arrived to this beautiful new area that excites me to explore. I like the whole assembly, how I like our team, I like how it is presented, I absolutely adore the soundtrack, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode once again to find out what does it hold for us. And with that, thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. And if that is the case, then please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel, or otherwise let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.